She would hide it in the CDs that she would make up. So I'd be like, oh,
It's like extra.
Not back then.
Everybody have everything that they need.
Everybody had their prosciutto. That's
Right here, front and center.
That's right.
that's good.
That's the best guest of the podcast.
Want to make it special and you can read off the corset.
Yeah, no, I love it. I already know.
don't worry.
Why are you buying from the
Current Melanie's looking up for future.
I thought you took it from the Airbnb.
No.
Leave. Fair. That was
I have no ice.
they box. That'd be great.
Okay, we have to take one photo. You gotta hold your shots.
Oh,
up.
my bad. I didn't
We
know that's
all
what we were
forgot.
doing.
Oh my
I forgot we were
god.
drinking, to be honest.
How am I the only one that's with it? All right. Cheers.
Salute.
Take care. All right.
I'm ready. Count us down, Mel.
Gotta clap first.
As good as I'm gonna be.
Fellas have to be quiet, please. Do not. This chair.
Wait, don't.
Good?
We're good. Okay.
Guess what, guys? We're not doctors.
No, we are not.
If you're going to be making any major medical decisions, please consult your doctor.
That includes diets, exercise, medications, and surgery.
We love you guys.
And we want you to continue to be in our OSLP family forever.
So be careful and consult your doctors. We all need our vitamins after surgery, regardless of what you think.
Yes.
It's a must.
Yes. So why not choose the easiest and the best tasting in the community?
Seriously, it's ProCare, guys. ProCare
Duh.
is so delicious. I use their chewable for over a year. That's how I know.
Yes. And I love their capsules.
Yes.
Love them. They're
Yes.
once a day. I take them at night. Easy peasy. And my labs are fantastic.
Yeah, our labs are great. And I've actually switched to the capsules and I take those at night now. So
Yes.
if you guys need your iron, they have them with iron and they have them iron free. They even have calcium chews.
Yes. The calcium chews. Perfect. They have mocktail ones, chocolate. They have also some caramel and a cinnamon roll.
They're freaking delicious. So go over to procarenow.com and use our code OSLP to save some money.
Prepping and measuring your food post-op is a beast all in itself. But Portion Perfection has actually made it super, super simple. They have bowls, plates, and even a lunch bag called the Kitten Carry where you can have all of the system ready to go.
Yeah, we love carrying that thing around with us. It's so much easier to pack your lunch, your snacks, especially when you're on a road trip. That thing is a lifesaver.
Yes.
So if you want to get these things to help your journey, just go over to portionperfection.com and use our code 15OSL-POD. And again, that's 15OSL-POD. And you can also go over to our Amazon storefront to pick out any of those that you would like to use.
All know how difficult post-op life can be.
Yeah, it's pretty freaking hard, guys.
Yes. And so a way to make it a little bit easier is by joining the Tribe membership program. It has been created by a registered dietitian. She's actually the sleeve dietitian on Instagram. Her name is Jamie. And she's created this whole membership program just to support us.
Yeah, like we've had her on the podcast. We love her to freaking death. And then two, like she has full experts in their field that help you. And they've had bariatric surgery, almost every one of them.
Yes.
And the sleep dietitian is freaking smart because she has almost a support group every single day, guys.
Yes.
You're going to get an email. It's going to tell you which ones are for today. And you can just sign up and hang out with people that are just like you. And I've even used the journal prompts. I'm into journaling, and that was way helpful to just go somewhere that can help you and just get your mind going.
Yes.
So if you need this kind of support, which a lot of us do, go to her website and use our code OSLP at checkout to get your discount.
Welcome back, OSLP! OSLP family!
Welcome, welcome.
You are listening to our Sleep Life podcast, and this is Callie.
This is Bella.
That was so bad.
Why are you like dogging on us already? Like, we're like 5 seconds in.
Get some energy up.
This is my house.
There you go.
That's what you want, a little
Yeah.
higher. Okay. More from the
Be
soul.
excited. Be
I
excited.
am excited.
Get excited, Mom.
I'm gonna punch you.
That's why you're over there.
I'm gonna throw Rob into you. That's what we'll do. That means Rob's
Don't use Rob against me. That's not nice to Rob. Okay.
Alright, you can explain
So
to the audience where we're at right now.
we are live from Brooklyn.
Yes, we
Our first time in New York, and we have had a blast so far.
Oh my god. Everything's been so fun and delicious.
Yes. Mel tried the meat that I had in my hand, and she loved it.
The meat right out of your hand.
Right out of my hand.
She actually fed it to me.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So we
I don't know
have
what it is.
we
but it's
have
delicious.
John, which is J Arp's Journey
Hey, how
on
are you?
Instagram, and we have Rob Motivation. I like to call him Hot Rob. I wanted to call you Hot Rob, and then I panicked for a second. I know. You gave me permission
I did.
because I coined you that in the first place.
Fucking hot rock.
Yeah, it's not getting.
John, you're gonna have to get so much closer to that mic.
I'll make out with it if you want.
Okay. Get all up on
No.
it. Give it.
There we go.
There you go.
Give it some tongue.
Yeah, like look how close I am to my mic.
Yeah, but not normal people don't sit that close to their mic now.
I know. That's why I'm giving him instructions.
Okay.
This is good. Yeah.
Okay, so
Sex hotline right now.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Okay, so we have the guys on because John, you're from here, from Brooklyn,
I am.
and Rob, you're like, would you call yourself across the pond?
Across the pond. Does he live in England?
No,
That's
but
fancy.
still, there's like a river.
'Cause you're across the pond.
In between.
Across the pond is England.
Fine, fine,
Nah,
whatever.
just
Right.
Jersey. What are you guys doing now?
Just Jersey.
Yeah.
Just Jersey, he says. I mean, that's why I tried to change it to Jersey, Rob. But
Yeah, JR.
Jersey Rob? No.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
That's
You
been.
got some nose.
No.
That has been
Not Jersey
vetoed.
Rob.
No.
Not this guy.
That's not even a little no.
Okay, all right.
So anyways, the fellas both have like I wouldn't say similar journey, but kind of because they both work out like crazy. They both have plastic surgery. So we wanted to get them on to tell their stories
Yeah.
on how does that all happen.
But first,
Oh, how
the
old?
question that I always want to hear is how is it being a guy in this
Oh my
community?
god.
I do. Well, we have a different guest. We have John on now,
That's true.
and I want to hear John's.
What was Rob's answer? Not this Rob, the other Rob.
Something
It was
amazing.
very long.
It was great. I probably almost cried.
Yeah. Yeah.
Being a guy in this community is definitely something special because there's very few and far between us. Like when guys are in this community, they're either all for it or they're all against it. You know, so like I know a lot of guys that are involved in it who are a part of this community just because they've had bariatric surgery, but don't feel that they're like a member of the community. And I think that that's one thing that guys just have to stick with. That needs to end. But I think it's very special.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an honor to be a man in this community.
I think it takes a very strong man to be in this community.
You know, I'm definitely cut from a different cloth.
Yeah. I think you both are. Because you guys do amazing at posting and inspiring other men to start their
Okay,
journeys.
John, you like sometimes drop like 3 or 4 things a day.
Yeah.
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 But they're all like,
Hey, listen, it's the gospel according to art. Praise be to the gains.
Oh my
you show
God.
everything. Like it's incredible. Like you're not hiding anything.
You're not pulling any.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like transparency is key. So like when I began even before I began my weight loss journey, when I was 520 pounds, when I just wanted to change my whole entire life, I couldn't fucking stand weight loss influencers. I couldn't stand gym influencers. Not because of like the clout or anything like that, but because I so badly wanted to take care of myself and I was jealous of them. You know what I mean? So now it's just like, I feel like now that I'm here, right, and like I've been blessed to have a community that's behind me and support me, and I have all these followers, and I thank God every day for that. Like, it's my job to be transparent for the next guy who's looking to change his life. Because why sugarcoat it?
Yeah.
The only thing that happens when you keep sugarcoating these things is like you get this made up imaginary world in your head about how it's supposed to be.
And then you feel bad when you can't be the supposed
Right.
things that you built up in your head.
Absolutely. I'm a man. I've cried. Like, I cried the night before my bariatric surgery. My whole life was going to change. I cried going into the OR.
Yeah.
There's no shame in that.
That was very, that heartfelt.
Gotta keep up, kid.
And we asked Rob this last week when we did Philly.
Yeah, I don't
But-
remember my answer though.
Oh, it was good. It was good.
That's okay.
You didn't know there was a quiz at the end of this?
No, oh, no idea.
I mean, OSLP, there's always a quiz at the end.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Normally for the audience-
OSLP is such a gang. Like, it sounds like such like a gang. OSLP.
I think we are kind of a game.
I think we say OSLP family, like we
It means,
You down with OSLP?
yeah.
You know me.
yeah. You gotta have them.
That makes me have that song in my head forever.
You know OSLP. You gotta brand yourself.
You're getting her to sing. Okay.
It's not
If
worth
that's
it.
not the next T-shirt, I don't know, man.
Oh, good call,
Yes.
John.
I
Yes.
take a
call.
small 5%.
We'll give you like
We'll give you
down
two.
with OSLP.
We'll give you 2%.
There you go.
Does that work?
We'll talk off air.
Okay, sounds good. So, Rob, can you explain how it is being in this woman-dominated community? Like, do you feel like kind of nervous sometimes being in it?
Nervous as far as what though?
Like posting and talking to,
No.
no?
Not really, no. I kind of just, I feel like the more vulnerable I post, the better they do, and I think it touches more people. Instead of just like some things that I post are like bullshit. But
Well, I
but
mean,
when if you're posting every day, some things aren't going to be. But I enjoyed it.
yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I don't feel.
No, I think that's good. I think that's good.
Yeah.
You enjoy it, and I think that's one of the big key points is that the men that are in this community, they enjoy being in the community. They enjoy helping the other guys in the community.
Absolutely.
And there's a reason why you're still doing what you're doing. Because you're helping somebody every single day, even if it's just a story or a post or a DM back to them. Like, you're still making a difference no matter what you are putting out there. But I also think both of you, your authenticity speaks very well
I
in
appreciate
how you post. Because it's not easy to post a picture of you at 500 pounds.
it. No.
Like, those are the type of photos you want to hide.
Right.
You don't want that to be in public consumption. Like, even if you've lost over 300 pounds, like, it's really hard to share that. So having the guts to put that out there and being like, whatever you think about me doesn't mean shit to me, I'm gonna put it out there for who needs it.
You know, and I don't know if everybody knows what your guys' whys are. So, like, what was your why
I
for getting surgery?
I think that my why has changed so many different times in my life. So like, I used to be very gung-ho about having a single why. And what I've learned is over time, you realize you begin to want more things, and like you reach certain goals and then you realize, well, that goal wasn't enough. So then the why changes. So originally when I started this whole thing, my why was I needed to live. I had no other choice. Like, I literally code blued in the back of an ambulance, like I shouldn't be here right now. So that was number one. Like, I had to give back for my second chance. And then number two, like, 10-year-old chubby JR, like, used to watch wrestling on TV. So like, that was the only thing that didn't make me want to delete myself from life. You know what I mean? So like, I had to hold a promise to myself that I would get healthy enough to go to wrestling school, and whether it was do or die, and like if it happened, and if it didn't, like at least we fucking had a story to tell at the end of it. So, you know, that was a why. Being healthy enough to find the love of my life and get married and one day have a family, like that was a why. And now my why is just helping regular guys who feel like they're trapped and they're lost and they can't drop the weight and they'll never be what they think that they want to be. Like, that's a major why. So to have one why, you're defeating yourself.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big thing.
That is profound. That is,
Yes.
Yeah, it is, and it's a true thing.
Thank you.
Well, it's true that the why does change.
It does.
For me, it was just like, you have to get healthy. Dad died at 59. Like, all of my family, no one made it to 70.
They're all dead.
They're all dead.
They're all dead.
Ridiculous. So, like, for me, it was like all about that. And then now it's like, no, like, I need to stay healthy for like way more other things. Like, my why is changing. It's like, I just want to be healthy so I can like hang out at like 70 years old.
Yeah.
And just like chill and not be like achy and like breaking apart. Like, they all were literally like suffering from like COPD and heart disease and like having cancer. Like, it's ridiculous. Like,
Yeah.
my dad was one of like 8. There's only one left. And like, it's like, what? How is this possible?
Because they didn't take care of themselves.
No, they had no idea. They didn't even know, like, didn't have the knowledge. Like, they literally were eating bologna sandwiches and like
I mean,
mayonnaise
don't knock a
sandwiches.
bologna sandwich.
I know, but it was literally just like tons of bologna, white bread, and like mayo, and just like
And
boom.
American cheese. Boom.
No.
Perfect sandwich.
You know, they would not touch. My house would not touch American cheese. They would not. It was cheddar only.
I support that.
Yeah,
It's
right?
the one thing.
Absolutely, yes.
The one thing they had going
Yes,
for
I don't need no
themselves.
plastic cheese.
No fucking.
I mean, it's like
plastic.
literally like one ingredient away from being plastic.
It is.
No,
That's why we would not have it in the house. Like, it was
But
not
it
allowed.
melts amazing.
I don't give a
Because it's
fuck.
chemical.
It's not.
I know.
It's not real.
It's plastic. It tastes good. It tastes good. So, Rob, what was your why when you first started this?
I just wanted to be healthier because I figured in time like it would only get worse.
Mm-hmm.
And like if I was struggling at, like I said last week, if I was struggling at 26, it's only going to get worse as time went on.
Mm-hmm.
Because I never had a handle over it, and I took it as like my last opportunity, and kind of just ran with it and made a life of it and started going to the gym. And like you said, like your why will always change.
Yeah.
It's not like one particular thing, and I think also just like showing other people that you can do it and that it's possible. So that's one of the biggest things.
Well, and I think that's why our community is so strong because we've all been there.
Yeah.
We've all felt that hopelessness, that I'm never going to be that person I want to be because I can't get the weight off. And like, I can't imagine trying to do what we do now with all the weight that I had on me.
Right.
Like,
oh my god, it'd be wild.
traveling was horrific. I remember my legs and feet, I mean, it still happens once in a while when I decide to wear. They're beautiful shoes.
Hold on.
They're
When you
beautiful
decide-
shoes. I decide to put my feet in shoes that I should probably not be standing in for 12 hours, but they're adorable, so I do
all the
it.
time, every day, guys.
Yeah.
It's not.
And so
like,
then my feet swell.
Yeah.
But my feet and my ankles and my legs would swell up 3 times their size.
Right.
And then I couldn't walk, I couldn't do anything on that because I was in so much pain from the swelling. So like, for example, this tour, we were actually talking about it before, we've unpacked and packed probably 10 times during the 27 days we've been gone.
Yeah.
But by the time we get home. And I can't imagine doing that.
Could
with
you
her.
imagine doing DC?
No, there's no way. There's
Oh
no
my God.
fucking way.
Oh, our favorite person, Sarah. She took us on all these tours. Like, went to the White House, we went
The
to
National Monument.
Like, we did all these things, and like we were walking everywhere. And then Sarah has her watch on, so every like couple times I'm like, where are we at? Because I'm not wearing that shit right now. It gives me anxiety right now. I need to turn off all notifications. I really don't like the little buzz. When, like,
I just
shit
don't know
comes
where
through. I'm
mine
like,
is.
I want to fucking
Honestly,
know right now.
I have no
really
idea.
don't want to know. So I'm like hollering at Sarah all the fucking time, but we did like almost like, I don't
16
know.
days. I think it was 16,000 steps in one of the days. And like,
And it's like up and down.
Yeah, it's
And,
not
like,
straight.
There's no fucking way. Like, my highest was 308. There's no way Mount 308 could do
No.
any of that shit.
can you imagine the impact that's on your knees, your ankles, your feet? I mean, your hands swell up because you're not meant to be that size.
No.
So,
And, like, I didn't even actually feel that sore. It was just after we did the workouts, I started feeling sore.
yeah.
Oh my god. Once
Yeah.
we hit Philly and did workouts, I was like, my thighs are on fire. And I'm not gonna complain, but I'm gonna totally like humble brag for a hot second. The Philly house where we did our last show was fucking rad. And I had the third, it was like
It was
3 levels up.
Yeah, it was
Really
3
has been there
stories.
before.
3
It is
stories.
wild how long it
Yeah.
takes to get up there.
I literally looked up there sometimes and was like, fuck that. No.
Yeah, I did
not doing it.
a fucking like a workout with Dad Rob, and Sarah and Tanya, and the next day we all went, and it was Rob and like Dee and of course Dad, Rob, Sarah, and Tanya, and we did our shit, and then like I'm trying to like walk up the stairs, and it's like so fucking painful. I was like, what the hell? But I was like, do you see though, like no pain?
Yeah.
I was like, this is insane. Like, I could not imagine trying to do all that.
Yeah.
So I couldn't do a tour. in 30
Speaking
days.
of
Right.
speaking of the whys changing, so your guys' journey changed. Like when we first started talking about having you guys on this one, my first reaction was the change of the journey, because you both have gone from a spot where you're saving your own life, you're putting your health and your happiness ahead of anything else, and then it goes to losing the weight. But then you guys morphed it and you started going to the gym and you started doing bodybuilding. Like,
You both
how?
have competed
Yeah, you
Together.
both have
Together,
Yeah. Like,
oh, tell us about that.
yeah. Tell us how it goes from like how it feels going from like a place of let's lose as much weight as possible to let's bulk up.
I mean, so for me, the gym was always there. So before I had, bariatric surgery, I was already doing a year in the gym.
Wow.
And it was very clear to me that, because again, the reason for, at that point, my why was going to wrestling school, and, I needed to be physically fit. So like I needed to be a body guy.
Yeah.
My trainer / best friend / best man at my wedding is a competitive bodybuilder.
Oh.
So like that was always something that we just joked about, as I was dropping the weight and stuff. Like he was teaching me how to eat like a bodybuilder while having bariatric surgery, which was crazy within itself.
Yeah.
So for me, I can't speak for Rob, but lifting was always there. It was always a piece of the puzzle.
Yeah.
Yeah, before surgery, I was I was living in Brooklyn, and I would go like work out, but I would eat everything in sight because Brooklyn has like the best food.
Yeah, I can
So
attest to
I
that.
would
Yes.
work out
We're
and
learning.
then just like eat, and that's where I gained like a lot of my weight. But I was working out during that time,
Okay.
probably like 2 years
Oh.
prior to.
Right.
Wow. So when did it shift from just losing weight to like I want to be in a bodybuilding competition?
Because I saw people doing it. Not that I started seeing people do it, like walking across the stage and like just kind of showcasing what you're capable of doing. So I was like, all right, like this is something now I want to do.
I like that you stated it like that, because it's not just an ego thing to go across that stage. It's like you're literally showing yourself how far you can come.
Absolutely.
Well, also it's like when I was heavier, I would never take my shirt off, or like go and like I would sit by the corner of a pool and like jump in, and then my towel would be like right there. So I was super insecure, and then to get on a stage and like walk across like in a bathing suit that was basically like glued on me.
Yeah.
Like, it was very tight.
I can
It
attest to
wasn't.
that. It was
It
glued
wasn't
on.
loose, so like I basically walking like naked in a sense, and like just having 4 judges, and like people back there with us, and
Yeah.
then you see everybody around, and it's just
It's very vulnerable.
Super vulnerable. Super vulnerable.
Well, and you're doing all of this prep work to get to this point. So you're making a full-on commitment to yourself that I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
I'm going to be there. I'm going to show these judges what I'm made of. And I mean, I think it's so amazing that you guys have both done that, because it takes a lot of hard work, and you have to make a promise to yourself. And I think it is a lot like the promise that you make to yourself before you get surgery.
Absolutely. But also, like, I can't stress enough, just because of how commonplace, like, people within this community are now into going into bodybuilding. It's not the thing that, like, you have to do, because there is a huge commitment to it. There's a lot of dedication that goes into it. And if you're in a place where, like, okay, you've had the bariatric surgery, you found a comfortable spot, you're still learning your relationship with food. And like when you go through a bodybuilding prep and that's the decision that you're making, all that goes out the window. Like the relationship that you develop with food during a bodybuilding prep is just, you can't even put words to it. You know what I mean? Like it gets to the point where you are starving yourself, and you're purposely starving yourself, and you're trying to strategically get down to a certain body weight so you can see certain things, and like at that point it's all aesthetic.
Okay.
You know what
So
I mean?
what does that diet kind of look like?
Toxic.
Toxic.
Well, I understood that.
Very
The fact that you both said it, like,
It's very
Absolutely.
toxic.
how would you describe what
What does that
your
do?
diet is before and then when you go into a prep?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how it was for you, but I definitely like loaded up. It was like 2 or 3 weeks of like very big meals.
Okay.
And then after that, it was like, it wasn't like all food was just taken away at once. Everything was in stages and steps. But like my diet would, in the beginning, it probably changed like once a month. And then it changed to like every 2 weeks, my diet, something about it would shift. Whether something was added, something was taken away, or we, carb cycling, if we were cycling, having high fat days, low fat days. Like, it's all a science project.
Yeah.
That's
It
all it
sounds
is.
like
It has
it's
nothing to
just
do with losing weight. It's a science project.
Wow.
that. But what foods were you eating without the
Chicken, rice, avocado, egg whites,
Okay.
air,
Air.
water.
It's just
It depends on where I was at.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think. Like if it was like
Can you run us through a
like the
cycle?
bulking phase of it, I was like eating bagels and like English muffins, and then like during the cut, it was kind of just like chicken, broccoli, rice,
Yeah.
very little rice. It just depends on like where I was at or like what the carbs were at for that specific.
Also
like,
depends on if
portion.
you're, what your coach, if you have a coach, what your coach instructs you to do. Like, I never did bread. Rob did a lot of bread. My carb source was mainly just rice. So that either meant that like the amount of rice I was weighing out was going up or it was going down.
wow.
Because my body just reacts way different to just bread.
So how is it coming out of a bodybuilding competition, food-wise, to like kind of getting back to normal?
You have to reverse diet.
What does that look like?
It's slowly adding back in more calories. So like if you hop off a stage and you just go back to how you were eating the second before you got on prep, like you're just gonna absorb everything. Like you're just gonna instantly gain back.
A lot of people like gain
Yeah.
a lot of weight. And
Yeah.
like, even outside of like the bariatric side of it, a lot of
Yeah.
people like tend to gain like 30, 40 pounds
Yeah.
depending on
Wow.
the person.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a big amount of weight.
I mean, I
Yeah.
lost 50 pounds on my prep.
Whoa.
Yeah, I did a 17-week prep, something like that. 17-week prep.
Yeah, because we were about the same timeline.
Yeah, and I lost 50 pounds on that prep.
And then how much did you gain back after you?
Well, I had back surgery not too long
Yeah.
after that. I'd probably say I gained back up to now 30 pounds, 25 pounds.
But you're like you're comfortable. Is
Right
that
now,
what
I'm
you-
going through a cut. I mean, if we want to talk like personally,
Yeah, I wanna know all of
I mean,
it.
personally, right now, I'm just getting out of like some deep mental shit, and like I'm getting my fucking shit back together.
Okay.
But like, yeah, I'm cutting right now. I'm down
Okay.
12.5 pounds.
Yeah.
Talk about it.
I mean, 12 pounds is 12 pounds. That's a lot of weight.
How much more are you wanting to go?
I don't really see a goal in mind. I just was not happy where I was. I was getting a little fluffy. I had a lot of stress, switching jobs, and my life was just altering. And now I'm just got my hands, wrapped around the reins again, and I'm kind of directing this puppy where I need it to go.
Yeah.
Rob
I
helped
mean,
me
that's
through
awesome.
some of that.
Yay. I love that you guys are such good
Well,
friends.
now we go to the gym together.
Yeah.
So
That's what we
from
heard.
work, he'll drive out to me,
Okay.
and it's about 4 days a week, but then just depends on his schedule and
Is it nice having each other to lean on?
Yeah, absolutely.
it's much easier.
Yeah.
I mean, I go regardless, like, of course, like, and I know when he's there, like, it makes it better because, like, you push yourself a little harder and, like, it's cool that, like, we met on Instagram and then, like, met for the first time competing together. And then, I saw you once after that and then I came to your wedding. But, like, now it's, like, he's a consistent person in my life.
Yeah,
And, like, comes to the gym with me and, like,
Motivate each other.
Yeah.
absolutely. It's one of my best friends.
Good balance.
Aww. You guys are so cute.
And
Aww.
bariatric
We braid each
surgery
other's
brought
hair, we
that.
do each other's fingernails.
I mean, yeah, what Mel was saying is bariatric surgery brought you guys together.
Yeah.
Like, would you
Yeah.
have ever met had it not been
No,
for
no,
bariatric
no.
surgery?
Many of my friends in life, my best friends in life, I would not know if it was not for this community.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I actually remember telling, I was talking about Mom, and I was saying, there are people that care more about me across the country
Yeah.
than my own family
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy to me.
Mhm.
But it really does, like, we all share something very special that we can all relate and we care about that person's well-being, whether it benefits us or not. Like, that's not
Right.
why we care about each other.
That's my last. Ring, ring, ring.
It's okay, it's live.
No, but
You want
last.
to take the call live on the podcast? That'd be so cool.
Can we ask a question?
Not me.
We have questions.
I have always have questions.
By the way, I feel really bad. I feel like I'm giving you a lot of this side of my head, so I have to
That's
remember to
okay.
keep
I'm
this.
actually looking at Kelly's face, so you know.
Fuck you too.
I mean, what do you think? Out of all three people, who am I gonna look at the most? It's Kelly. Hello, Pink. Pink.
Aw.
She's sparkling over there.
You guys love each other too. You're best friends, right?
We are. We're
Yeah.
besties.
Yeah.
What I was gonna say was last live was the Robs, and I even said then was like I knew that I cared about someone across the country, and I was like, okay, if Dad Rob dies, I'm gonna be fucking freaked out. I'm going over there.
I know. She
Yeah.
went real morbid. Real morbid.
That was something.
That's how I knew.
Wait, what the
No.
fuck did I miss, and
Yeah,
why is
That's how
Dad
I
Rob
am.
dying?
Because that's how I am. It's all or nothing. So if I care enough, if you die and I go over to where you would live,
If she's flying across the country for your
that's
funeral,
how you know. That's how I know, I
she
care
loves
about
you.
I just want to know you just fucking wrote him off the show like that was it.
No,
Yeah.
no, because that's how I feel about both of you. So just like
Hey.
come over here if
Fact.
something bad happens.
If something bad happened, I'm not gonna say death. I'll definitely fight
I
across
will
the
say
country.
bad. We'll say bad happen. We'll say bad.
Something bad happened, she'd be on the next, we'd both be on the next plane out.
Watch this one. She's just killing
I
people in
know.
the community.
She's like writing them off one by one. She's got a whole list.
Fucking Dad Rob.
Yeah. Dead Rob's first.
Don't make it easy.
That's my new standard of friendship. When
I
fly
walk
to
around
see
with
your
a fucking
funeral.
pocket knife. You know how
So,
many times I had to hide my pocket knife this tour?
oh my god.
So
I don't know
many
why you
times.
can't
I've
even
had to
bring
hide.
it out in public.
Well,
We
because
are-
everybody we talk to, be careful, Melanie.
No.
Don't go out at night, Melanie. You need to have a taser.
We
gun.
weren't out at
Melanie,
night.
you need
We
to have
were
a pocket
in
knife.
broad
Melanie, you need to have
daylight
a pepper spray.
at the Liberty Bell.
Do you know how many times we were told
What
that?
do you think is gonna happen at the Liberty Bell, Mel?
It's not what's gonna happen at the Liberty
Oh, some
Bell.
shit
It's
is
what will fucking can happen around the Liberty Bell. Kelly.
It's just around the bell.
Yeah. Kelly, we went to, I thought there was gonna be like a
I know.
She's like,
Because
"Just set you up."
in the studio I could be like turn because
She
when we
means
went
this.
to see the Edgar Allan Poe situation.
Yeah, okay. That was a little
Hold
less.
on, we went and saw
They were
like the
shooting.
mural and shit in Philly, right?
Right.
And we go down there and literally no, I felt it. I needed that fucking knife. There was like congregations of dudes everywhere and they were just watching us but we were taking photos and I was like
I mean,
this
we
is
were
so
like-
uncomfortable. These
I
are grown ass
was-
men, they're coming by in vests and shit. I was like, no, I'm glad I have this on my fucking hip. Like this is what
There's
She's got
a
that
reason.
down.
Yeah, there's a reason why I would be the first to die if there's a zombie.
yeah, we were already
Yeah, because you're
established.
bright pink and a big target.
And
I didn't
won't
think
say-
of that.
That's why.
I like it. I like it. I like where your head's
I
at.
also won't say brass.
No, I would much rather die for my friends. Because I don't want to live in that world.
Yeah.
There's no shopping.
We've had-
That zombies aren't coming though, right?
You've never fucking known, bro.
I'm
That's
just
why
saying,
there's so much
I'm
zombie
gonna
content.
die.
They're desensitizing.
I'm gonna die first. I'll save your ass. Yeah, we've already decided.
So-
Because I mean, up until like what, 6 months ago, I didn't even know you had to check the license plate to get into an Uber.
Guys, this
My
bitch,
wife taught me that,
this
to be
bitch
honest
is
with you.
not
Yeah,
looking at
I've
shit.
tried so many
She
things.
doesn't look. She
No.
literally gets in the Uber. and
I
goes,
open the door and I say, for Kelly, and they say
Kelly?
yeah, and then I climb
Oh, I
in.
never even used to say that.
Yeah.
No.
She literally doesn't know who's driving the car, what license plate it is. I
didn't even know that they had a little picture of the people.
We were in Dallas and they were telling us like you need to check these. You
Yeah,
need to
I had
check
no
these.
idea. I was like, oh, you can. They can do all of this.
This is why she
information.
dies.
All this information that you
This
paid
is why
for.
she dies first in any scenario where there's a problem.
You're definitely the
Dude,
first to die. in this
Right?
picture.
I mean, I'm not against
Back
it.
to
I'm-
the show. We
Yes.
got way too far.
Okay, can we talk about your back surgery and how it was?
Sure.
If you're willing, you can
Yeah,
tell us now.
absolutely.
Okay.
When, why you needed back surgery?
Yes.
The whole nine.
Oh, 'cause
Tell us the
I
story.
couldn't walk.
No.
Okay,
fucking
but
shit.
like, yeah, but like going from a
Trust me, I fucking
competition.
know back surgery.
So I mean, there's no like one thing. Like everyone asks me how to break it back. I don't know. It was a combination of being 520 pounds, losing a frick ton of weight in a short amount of time, going from being on the couch to not on the couch anymore, and then like I said, like I went from 0 to 100 almost overnight. So like went and became super active, throwing myself around the wrestling ring, you know, running Tough Mudders. I was just doing shit to do shit. Like, it was active, I was doing it. I had to do it. So it was a combination, and then going through the bodybuilding prep, I think, was something that really aggravated it even more so. So I have a height discrepancy, so I think that played a role into it. I think that, so like I have one leg that's shorter than the other by 1.5 inches.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
And how tall are you?
I'm 6'5".
Got it.
Yeah. So like when I walk, it's like it's a big impact.
Oh, I know.
over and
That's
over.
that's just you.
Yeah, no, that's just me.
Yeah.
So I
Now
blew
I
up
know
my
why.
back. Yeah, so I blew up my back,
Okay.
whatever the case may be. I was in the middle of my prep. I was like 2 weeks out from my prep. Woke up one morning and couldn't walk anymore. And was in excruciating amount of pain and was just like, no, I'm gonna keep dealing with it. You know, I was, at the time I was getting epidurals leading up to that because I was in back pain before that. I was getting epidurals in my spine. And then again, woke up
They
one day.
weren't working anymore.
No, they stopped working.
Yeah.
Was like begging the doctors for another one, and they were just like, we can't legally give you anymore.
How
And
many was your max?
3. Yeah. So was begging for 4. They were like, no, you can't have 4. You have to have surgery. And then I was like, no, I can't have surgery. I'm like 2 weeks out from a bodybuilding show, and they were like, well, tough shit. Like, you need surgery. And then I looked at the guy and I was like, you really don't know who I am or what I've done, so I'm gonna go do this bodybuilding show and I'll call you when I get home.
Yeah.
Started doing acupuncture. I did acupuncture for the 2 weeks leading up to the show. I was getting lidocaine shots in my back. Nobody at Summer Shredding knew that my back was broken other than my wife and my personal trainer. He had no idea. We were backstage.
Couldn't tell.
No.
Not at all.
No. We were backstage doing the whole thing. I remember we went out, we posed. I came back through the curtain and I had seen him, Dez, and Poro. And I remember just like being in so much pain but having to like hide the fact that I was in pain, so I faked that I pulled a cramp from being dehydrated and kind of just pushed them out of the way so I could sit down because I didn't want to admit my back was broken. I was fucking dying. And then, but the song hit, right? So I was the first one, just because it went in alphabetical order, that they played the video for. And I remember being so mad that my video was played because that meant I had to go back outside and pose again.
Oh no.
So I'm crying because of that. And everyone's like, oh, he's crying because he's just so happy. I'm crying because I can't
I'm
move.
in so much fucking pain.
Yeah.
Oh.
So then
Also, no tears were coming out of your
Right, and because I was so dehydrated, which
Nothing.
means
It was just an ugly, not ugly, but like an ugly cry, but like no tears were coming out of his face.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. I feel for you, man.
So did it. Again, no one knew. Went home, scheduled back surgery, and had 2 discs removed from my lower spine, and had a laminectomy. And they had to unwrap and untie my sciatic nerve from around the bones of my back and other discs and stuff.
So how long was the recovery?
Yeah. And how did the surgery go?
Surgery went great.
Well, I mean, you get the easy part. You're like,
No, I mean,
anesthesia.
listen, it was really touch and go. It was scary because, like, again, so
There's no easy.
so like had the surgery, and the why then became I need to be able to walk down the aisle at my wedding. So like that was the most important thing because like I could not move. We had a wedding, and I was not about to not be able to do those things. So had the surgery, and thank God I picked a great surgeon. I really, had an easy recovery. I think I was recovering for 4 months. I'm gonna hot tag my wife for a second. 4 months. Yeah,
We
4
got
months.
nuts. We got nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like 4 months, I believe I was out of the gym, swollen and
amount.
just.
You started doing cardio, I think, after 3.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it was
Light
just
cardio,
it
not
was
running.
just like rest and like you couldn't do anything. Like
Yeah.
your back was broken. Like
Yeah.
like chill out, kid.
yeah.
And but
Literally.
I don't know that. So, I waited my time, and then as soon as I got the green light to start cardio, I started cardio, and I
How'd
was
that feel?
interesting at first because like again, so like my lower back was just swollen and inflamed from having spine surgery.
Right.
Correct. And then like sagging and gross because you used to be 520 pounds and you haven't had
Okay.
plastic surgery back
Yeah.
then. So there's just like a whole bunch of shit going on back there.
I know. I like the visual.
You follow me? So it was like I had 2 butts. If you really want a visual, I'll break it down for you right now. I had
Please.
2 asses at one point.
2 asses.
Yeah, you had the cheeks and then you had the other cheeks, which was really just swollen edema from where they went into my back. I have 2 butt cracks now too. I do. I have the incision line where they cut me open and it leads right up to my butt crack, so it's like I have a long butt crack.
You have a very long butt crack.
Yeah.
I like
These
it.
are the things that you get to find out when you're down with OSLP.
Yeah. I mean, we like to know everything, so there's that. So I can feel like
Physical therapy, the whole rigmarole.
it's hard though for somebody who, when you go from barely being able to move and live a life
To having that life back and then having
and then
taken
have
away.
it taken away again,
Yeah,
like
it's a very dark place.
it is.
It's a super dark place.
It's hard to
Yeah,
do the things that you are supposed to be doing.
absolutely. You get taken out of the game, but that's been the game for me.
Yeah.
So like I lost the weight, I blew out my knee wrestling. I had to get my meniscus repaired. Then after that, I had plastic surgery. I was out because of that. Then you get back in the game. Then I was out again because I had more plastic surgery. Then I was out, you know. Then I had back
you're used to
surgery.
the back and forth.
Yeah, but you're never used to it.
No, it sucks every time.
You know, it's mental, and you hope that you rely on your mindset. That's why your mindset is so important.
Yeah.
This too shall pass. This will end. We've been through worse. And yeah, I say that now, and 2 weeks ago I was telling him, I'm a fucking loser, I'm a fat piece of shit, I'm this, I'm that. I'll tell you straight up, like I'm transparent as a motherfucker.
Yeah.
So we all go through it, and like that's the most important thing, is knowing that it doesn't matter where you are in the spectrum of this journey, this whole thing, it's like, you go through it.
You just do the best you can.
Right.
Yeah. I know that like it doesn't matter how many times I have a flare where I'm down and I have to sleep or I have to lay in bed all day, it still is painful.
Yeah.
And that's why I push myself so much.
Absolutely.
Because it's really hard
you know
to
what
go
you're worth
back.
now, too.
Yeah. And like I want to live my life, I don't want to be stuck in bed.
Absolutely.
So but the other side of it is that I push myself so fucking hard that by the time the flare comes, I'm down for 2 weeks.
Right.
You know?
Absolutely.
And so it's like, it's really hard, but it's hard to justify it to yourself because you're like, no, I got this, I get this.
Life is a double-edged sword. It's just like, it's not if you're gonna get cut, it's when you're gonna get cut.
Yeah.
You know? And it
That's
happens.
true. That's true. Okay, so let's talk about plastics.
I was saying,
You
talk
both
about
have had plastics.
Cutting.
Yes.
Yeah, Rob, I talked a lot. It's your turn.
Yeah, it's your turn.
Yeah, did plastics.
When did
since-
you decide to have plastics?
Yeah, I did.
And why? Because I actually don't know why you decided to do plastics in that whole story.
So I've known that I wanted to just like cut the lower part of my stomach since I lost the weight, and then COVID happened, so I kind of pushed it back. And then competing, I was never really like ready to actually like commit to going under and like all that because it's
a lot.
mental.
Mhm.
It's a lot of
It's a
like
lot.
mental like to be down for that amount of time. And I just didn't want to do it. And then I competed the second time, and then I went to the doctor like a month later, and I got it. And
Yeah, I was gonna say because
Do you feel
I
like
remember
it's
you
fat?
competing, and then it was like you competed, and then you were like, I'm having plastics. Like it felt like the next
it
day.
was a month later. Like I was like it
mean,
was
that's like
a
the
month
next
and a
day.
Wow,
week.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
You had plastics, I had my back. A month later.
I mean, it was the best. It was the best time to do it because I was in my leanest.
Yeah, that's what I was
Okay.
gonna say, yeah.
So that's like why the doctor like really agreed to it was because like everything was just it was skin. Like it wasn't much fat.
Well, it's like the perfect time. You guys just came up with being like this, like the healthiest, maybe not the
No.
healthiest.
Not the healthiest. Yeah, I
It was
don't like
like-
that term.
looking good.
Looking,
Best
I don't know.
like-
Well, what do you
Leanest.
call
I like
that?
the term of leanest.
Yeah, no,
like
leanest.
you're
Yeah,
your
leanest.
leanest.
It's bees. They're
Unrealistic.
like, we will
Unrealistic.
do all the things to you right now.
Yes.
for surgery wise.
Correct.
But then you like I had the surgery.
Shut your fucking face down.
No, I had.
It's fine.
No, I had the surgery, and then like, I think that after surgery, your body just holds on to weight different.
Absolutely.
So now I'm the heaviest I've ever been.
Right.
Well, and it goes different places now, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't
So
go- it doesn't go to areas
Well,
that
it
are
doesn't
like
go
that.
to the front. It goes to the sides. It goes to my ass, and it goes to my legs. And then it's also like the conversation before of like coming off of a prep, like is the most unrealistic diet, and then it's like reestablishing a relationship with food again, and like really learning how to actually like live a normal life and live a normal size and like be okay with being on the heavier side. That's also like been a
Well,
challenge.
and doing 2 shows kind
Back
of
to back.
back to back, like
Yeah.
you get really used to being the size
Yeah.
that you are when you're competing.
Well, yeah, especially like the weeks leading up, it's like you see, I like see my abs. I see everything is like very defined. But then like now I'm lucky if I can even see anything because like I'm still like swollen from surgery and like that takes time to go down. So it's just like, and again like it was a month.
Well, and
of
what's your
time.
realistic vision though? Is
As
it
far as
more
what?
like being your leanest or being where you are now? Or are you trying to find a happy spot in between the two?
In between the two.
Okay.
I definitely want to lose more weight, like probably like 10 pounds. But again, I think my body's just holding on to it way different than it ever has.
Because
So
how
it's
many
hard
years
to
do you
lose
have?
from
Surgery.
surgery.
Yeah.
4. Yeah.
Well, you're like a maintain mode.
Yeah.
Like I'm almost 8 years. Like your body just like gets to a spot where it just likes to be. Like I've been like stuck at that. Not like stuck, but I've been like at that 10, 15 like back and
Yeah.
forth
Yeah.
for the last fucking like 5 years. And it's really just my body just likes a certain shape, and that's just what our bodies do. So if you can just get, well, there's twofold. You can either like get there and see how you feel if you like it, but if you don't like it, like it's okay to go up.
Well, the thing is that like over the past like 2.5 years, my body's changed significantly. Of like, I even look back like the videos of like before even the competition, like
you recon.
yeah, and my body's just like building muscle mass. Like obviously that's gonna add weight, so I don't know what my weight even like.
My
is
whole
supposed to
body
What it
changed
looks
after
like.
doing a show.
Have you-
My muscles recom totally different. Like my whole figure changed.
Weird. Have you done like an in-body scan thing?
for like to see
Body
the
fat?
fat.
Yeah.
When I was before my first show.
Oh,
So
okay,
that
so
was
it's been a
like
while.
straight
Okay.
off of like probably 2 years out from bariatric surgery. And then I was like at a pretty low body fat percentage.
Okay.
I haven't gone back, I don't know. I don't want to see what the difference would be.
Well, but don't you like? Okay, so I'm the same person. I'm literally gonna. I see her looking at me. So I did not step on the scale for a very, very, very long time because I didn't want to know the number. I didn't want to know where I was at. I had my head buried in the sand, and I was like, it's fine, it's fine. I'm buying a new pair of jeans this weekend. It's fine. Kelly says it's fine. But I think the smartest thing I ever did was stepping back on the scale.
Yeah.
Because it gave me a vision of like, okay, this is what I'm at.
Like a starting point.
I can either be okay with where I'm at now, or I can work towards getting to where I want to be.
Right.
And I think if you don't have the knowledge, you don't have the numbers, it's hard to do that. It's hard to get back to where you want to be, if you don't know it. I mean, we did the in-body scan in Florida, and
It
it
was
was
pretty cool.
fucking
With the
amazing.
DEXA?
I don't know what it was.
We are not gonna remember what it's
No.
called.
But they told us like how much our bones weigh, how much water's in our system. Like it was
Our
very
big
cool
muscle
because
mass,
yeah.
all that.
I did one in water before my bodybuilding show.
Okay.
Yeah.
I loved it.
We found out one of my legs weighs 2 pounds more than the other.
Yeah.
So my left leg weighs 20 pounds and my right leg weighs 18 pounds. Because I actually have titanium from knee down on my left leg and like 5 screws in my ankle and 2 screws in my knee. So he's like, wait a minute, what's going on? And I told him that, and he's like, oh, that's the weight of the stuff that they put in. I'm like, cool. So now we always know like, well, just a little bit.
Yeah. But we learned that like our stats are like very similar
Yeah.
to each
Our
other.
water's really good.
Mhm.
Only difference is lean muscle mass. And I was like seeing it, I'm not gonna lie. I was seeing all the numbers matching hers, and I was like, what the fuck? I'm starting to get angry because Kelly does not go to the gym and Millie does go to the gym. And then I saw lean muscle mass, I'm like, yes, 16% more. Okay, like, it is working.
I'm totally fine with that. I don't really.
I'm not gonna lie, I had like this inner like competition. I was like, what the fuck, man? Because like I enjoy going, but I was like, I'm putting in some work lately. You know.
So am I. It's just different.
It's different. It's different work. You're doing mental work. I was doing physical work.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I like it. All right.
Anyways, back to
So
plastics.
my question.
No, Darcy.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead. Jonathan answered about plastics. Well,
You want to ask
plastics
me a
you've done.
question?
No, it's for both of you. So we'll do it after the
Yeah.
plastics.
What's the
But he
question?
answered
The
about
plastic,
like
like plastic surgery.
about your plastic surgery.
It was good. What was the question?
Why did you get plastic?
Why
Oh, why did I get plastic
Why and like what?
Oh, because I lost 300 pounds. I don't know. I was tired of having a meat apron.
A meat apron?
That's what I want to know.
I don't know. That's just another thing. It was just something that was always in the cards for me.
You just knew at day one that you were.
I knew that if I was going to lose the weight, it was going to be a massive amount of weight, and I knew that if I lost a massive amount of weight, I was going to have a massive amount of skin, and I still have a lot of skin. You know what I mean? But I had hip tummy tuck. I had my tits taken off because I can't think of the actual name of it right now. I don't know why. I had gynoplastia. Yeah, that's the one. It's called gynoplastia. That's why I always forget it because it sounds like gynecology.
Yeah, I was like, what's going on there?
Because when a guy has breast tissue, it's called gynecomastia. So it's
Okay.
Right. That.
Okay.
I had them, and I definitely am gonna have more surgery in the future.
Yeah.
I want to have a 360 done because I feel that when I went for my tummy tuck, me and my plastic surgeon that I chose were just not on the same page. And you know, it wasn't the greatest job in the world. I've always been very, very, transparent and vocal about that. So definitely want to have a revision on that. Definitely want to have my arms done, my back done. And then, I see no shame in it. It is what it is. Like, I don't know, if I was gonna buy a Rolls Royce and I had the money for a full Rolls Royce, I wouldn't have one that needed its bumper done and a fucking side panel. Like,
Exactly.
I'd buy a fucking brand new Rolls Royce.
Yeah. Well, and I feel like you put in, you both have put in so much work on yourselves. Why wouldn't you do it?
Yeah.
Like, if that's what is gonna make you happy and.
Yeah, I see no shame in it. I don't know. That's just me.
Do you
Dad
guys
is
get
bringing
any
you
like
something.
weirdness from people about you guys like having plastics?
The only weirdness I think that you get is from the people that don't matter on social media, the ones that don't let you reply to their comments, like they have that. Like if they take the time out of their day to go in their settings and say that strangers can't reply to my comments, then obviously you're an internet troll and your voice doesn't really make a difference. But yeah, they're just like, oh, he cheated. He had a tummy tuck. And like, brother, you don't lose weight from a tummy tuck. Like, you have to lose weight in order to eventually get a tummy tuck.
You have to do the work.
I didn't have liposuction.
There's work there.
I didn't go to Colombia and have a straw stuffed up my stomach and had it sucked out. Like,
Right.
So, I don't know.
I think they get confused between like
liposuction. Yeah.
versus plastic surgery.
But there's definitely liposuction that goes down. Like, that's a part of the process.
Yeah, because you need it a little bit. For
Right, right. But I didn't go in there at 520 pounds and be like, hey, let me get a number 2 and make sure you suck out the extra fat below my love handles. Like,
right? Like, make it so fucking ridiculous. So how many surgery have you done total?
Plastics 2.
2.
Yeah.
2 rounds.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. 2 rounds, 2 different rounds, 2 different doctors, 2 different states.
Are you gonna keep going with one of the?
No, I think I'm at a point where I'm just trying everyone out. I'm gonna write a book one day and I'm just gonna be like, these are the guys you gotta go see and these are the guys that you don't.
We here at EOC is like really good.
USC?
No, EOC.
Oh, EOC?
Elias Ortiz.
Mexico.
Oh, I know who that is. Yeah, I know exactly. I know that
Yeah,
doctor.
they
He
do
does
great
incredible
work.
work. He does incredible work. I just Mexico, I feel like is too far for me to travel for surgery. I mean, so I had my chest done in California, and I was like a little like not woozy, but like I was like a little apprehensive about it at first, because I'm not gonna lie, like Murphy's Law.
Yeah.
Okay, there's our penal law, so like whatever can go wrong will go wrong to me.
Okay.
It does not make a difference.
Okay.
So like infection, sure, that's definitely gonna happen. Like I just go into things that like, okay, yeah, the worst is gonna happen and then we're gonna get over it.
Yeah.
So that was like a big concern of mine in the beginning, but chest was by far the easiest thing ever.
Oh.
Like I had surgery, woke up from surgery, was sent home to my hotel room, and the next morning my wife and I were on the Santa Monica Pier walking around. And
Holy
hanging out.
shit.
That's because you worked out before, right?
What's that?
You were working out prior to your surgery.
I
So you had muscle.
yeah. So I had the
Yeah,
muscle.
the
Yes,
muscle is the
absolutely.
big
So
thing,
muscle
yeah.
definitely makes
Yeah.
a difference as far as like pain
100%.
tolerance goes with plastic surgery.
Okay.
But also it really does come down to like the surgeon that you choose, how they do surgery, how they cut and stuff like that. Definitely, you know, impacts your pain, and then obviously your own personal pain tolerance. But yeah, you know,
What about you, Rob? You gonna do anymore?
he doesn't need anymore.
Yeah,
I know. I'm just.
No,
I mean,
do.
but
Hey, but if he wants more.
Yes.
I would go
yeah.
from, I would do my love handles to the back.
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, so you would finish.
That's-
Like an extended.
Yeah.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Other than that, I
I mean,
could live with what I
I
have.
think you could live with it.
I mean, I would. I could
Bless
do
your heart. You're just.
Yeah, you're,
Thank you.
You're a
You can
steward.
live the way you have.
alcohol.
Yeah, he can. That's exactly.
I mean, I wouldn't touch my arms. There would be no reason. The only thing I would do is like the top of my leg, but like I'm not doing that.
No.
So I think the only thing left would just be like my love handles.
Even we've actually talked to plastic surgeons, and they don't really like to do that inner thigh thing.
Yeah, that's a
Because
guy.
some of them are not even
Cool
comfortable
stuff,
doing
that,
that.
yeah.
But
No, I mean I know what you're saying, but like you're not out here wearing a fucking bikini.
No, I know.
I understand
but
that it hits the side of your bolt. I got it. Like I'm with you. I understand.
what did
Oh,
I miss?
ping pong
I feel like
action
I
around
missed
there, but,
something.
Oh, I'm getting a very good visual of what they're talking about. I'll fill you in later.
Sweet.
I think it's more just of what I don't know. I think the other part of that is like striving for perfection or like being perfect, which obviously isn't realistic.
No.
So
Nobody's perfect.
So it's
Yeah.
about seeing your results.
Damn girl, come on up
You
here.
didn't say any of that. That's
Yeah,
the
obviously you
part
want
of
to. Yeah, you want to
it.
see.
Was the
like-
body dysmorphia portion.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm gonna have you
You
know
had
that
a
your
lot-
body dysmorphia does not really
No.
change too much.
But your skin on your stomach was so much. You could not see. You didn't have a belly button.
No, I'm aware.
Who me?
That's what I'm
I
saying.
need to know
Because the
information
skin
about
was
this.
so
Yeah.
loose.
Oh
that
yeah,
was
so like it
just-
was just like there was no belly button anymore. Like the belly button kind of just like top of the skin and bottom skin kind of came together, and there was
Okay.
no belly button
Hung
anymore.
out.
Yeah.
They became best friends.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
and it happens.
Okay. And so, do you
So you
have
wanna
one
see the-
now?
It's fake.
Did they
It's
make
not
one?
mine. I have the most gorgeous belly button that's ever been given to anyone in the world.
You're
Oh.
adorable. So they made you one.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, they do.
Okay. I don't fucking know.
He's a
I
cute
mean,
little
you-
guy. He's adorable.
Does he have a name?
He should, but no, he doesn't.
Okay, well, when you find
Call
a
him
name, let me know.
Brigitte.
I'm curious.
We'll call him Brigitte.
Yeah.
Sometimes things look fucking weird. So
Double.
just.
Yeah, no, mine's. That's the only thing I will say about the surgeon that I had my tummy tuck from. He gave me a beautiful belly button. Other than that, not
That's
so
really
happy.
kind of all that matters is like the hips into the belly button.
Yeah, I had a lot of complications after my tummy tuck.
Okay,
I did.
let's
I
talk
did.
about it.
Let's talk about that.
So,
I know, you're like, oof.
There's a
develop.
list.
Yeah, definitely. So, like again, so when I had my consultation, I wanted the 360 straight up. Wanted the whole thing done,
Was the
full
first or
body
second?
lift. First, this was the first time walking into a place. Like I walked into this place, like I knew exactly what I wanted. Like I pre-ordered in my head, like you know, like here we go. This is what I want.
Yeah.
I roundabout know how much it's gonna cost, so let's do it. And then had the consultation, and he was just like, "No, you don't need all that. You're good with just a hip to hip." And I'm like, "I'm literally willing to pay you like $7,000 more for you to do a full 360. Just do it." And he was like, "No, you don't need it." So whatever, didn't have it. And then, so one, he didn't take enough skin off.
So you still went with him even though he wasn't gonna do it?
Yeah, a different time in my life. It was just like it needed to come off, and that's just
You just
what
wanted
kind of
it off.
fucking happened.
Yeah.
So then I had a complication where the skin and the muscle were not sticking back together.
Okay.
So I developed like an abscess in my waistline, and it just kept swelling and swelling and swelling. And because you just know your own body, and I kept telling the surgeon, "Hey, there's something wrong here. Like I have a balloon underneath me." And he's like, "No, it's just swelling. It's just edema from the surgery." And I'm like, "No, my guy, like there is legitimately something going on."
Yeah.
And then my body in just one particular area just started rejecting like the inner sutures, so it was pushing the sutures out of my body, and I was just developing like these like warts and I would guess you would call them blisters. Went into his office one day and I was like, "Listen, I need you just to cut right here, just cut it open, and I'm telling you, like,
Still
whatever."
come out.
No, yeah.
So he cut me open, and then it just
Yeah.
all up in his grill, and I was kind of like, I told you so.
You
And
felt
he had
better
a-
though, right?
What?
But you felt better when you
Oh, I
did it. Yeah.
felt 10 times better.
Yeah.
So he had to cut me from like the middle of my groin back to my hip, basically, on one side. Scoop it all out, and drain it all out, and clean it all out, and I had to go there every day for 2 months for them to pack the wound.
Your lymph system, your lymphatic system,
Yeah.
when it's shocked.
Yeah.
I'm
Because it
very,
stopped filtering.
Yep.
I'm very impressed that you're here right now. 'Cause that's a lot
I'm an
of
anomaly,
trauma.
baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot of trauma to deal with.
That is quite the experience.
So again, back to ARP's law. What can go wrong will go wrong. Definitely
so you
will
don't
happen to
travel,
JR.
So don't travel.
Yeah.
To
You know
do
your own
anything.
body, that's
Okay.
important.
It's
Well,
here
yeah.
now.
That's
Oh,
important.
yeah. Me and this thing, we've been through it. You know, I know this guy
You're
29
strong.
years. So.
I love it.
That's great. All right.
Wow.
Is there anything else you guys would like to add?
Is there anyone to say in the community?
I mean,
Before we go.
I love this community.
Yeah.
That was kind of on the spot. That was a little selfish. That was like, do you have anything you want to say to this community? If you don't say anything right now, they think you're going to hate you and blah, blah, blah.
Because you could say, I've talked enough, give me another shot of tequila.
I mean, honestly, you have to understand.
Uh,
They call me Red Light Johnny. I can do this for another 4 hours. What do you want to talk about?
Yeah.
I feel like Mel could too.
We can make this a 3-parter, ladies. We
I
can have
know.
this go on for like half the summer.
Okay, let's do it. Well, I mean, we're gonna be back in June, so.
That's fair.
Wait, what?
I just want to say that I do appreciate this community. It is a very awesome place to be. If you are a guy and you are either in a spot where you're wondering if you should have bariatric surgery, or you're a guy that's recently had bariatric surgery and you feel like you don't belong, you 100,000% belong. There are many guys out there who have been in a similar spot as you. There's guys that are right now in the same spot as you. So speak up, let your voice be heard, send a message, leave a comment.
Smoke signal.
Yeah, we're out here.
You're
And
there. What's the point? You're there.
Yeah, I like
Rob, give me something.
I agree with you.
Fucking A.
Yeah, no, I agree.
You want some prosciutto?
Yeah, I do.
I've been
actually.
staring at it.
I know.
Like,
I
the
was
fact
thinking
that you
some of the
I just want
cheese.
everyone who watches this eventually to know there's been a whole plate of
I
prosciutto
know.
and cheese here.
I don't have the cheese, but I just
I
feel
know.
But
like
I also
it's gonna
can't-
pick up.
Thank you.
You just need to.
See, look,
Well, anyway.
everybody has.
Anyway, just have some cheese.
Thanks for coming to Brooklyn.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thank you for having us. Like,
When
this
is the
place
next time
is-
I can come back on?
Yeah.
You will be. You will be.
June.
Well, because you know we have like the Just Be You awards that are coming up, and I mean I can tell the crowd because this will come out after we already go on sale.
That's right.
So JBY, so this is like hidden news. It's going to be September 30th in Washington D.C. at the Howard Theater. It's fucking
Yeah.
rad.
Yeah,
Yes,
we just nailed down the
We
date.
literally just nailed it down. Like we got the email and everything. So it's ours, and we'll probably have the guys there for
Of course.
because we did the guys panel before, and we definitely want to keep representing them because we need your voices so more guys feel comfortable to come in and
Yeah.
be okay with their bodies and like figure it out and like get the surgery. Doesn't matter like if you're 250 to like whatever weight you are, just do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I have a question for you guys.
Oh, okay.
Are you down with OSLP?
Yeah, you know me. Kelly's not gonna do it.
You're not down with OSLP?
I mean, I am.
So you know me.
Say you know me. You know.
I am not.
Please.
You know me.
Thank you.
My neck.
My back.
All right, I think that's how you cut it.
Alright.
I want to thank you all for coming to the OSLP
Yes,
podcast. You
yes.
follow us.
East Coast, West Coast.
Podcast.com. You guys need to plug your shits real quick before we go.
You can find me at JARPS Journey. That's JARPS_Journey across all platforms.
Wow.
And this is Rob Motivation. That's ROBMOVITI. Oh no, that's not how you spell motivation.
I think we're trying to be a dick and
We'll have
stuff. Just, yeah, Rob Motivation.
A lot of stuff.
I don't.
Well, I said I could lose weight. I didn't say I was smart.
We will have you both linked below.
Yes, we
Yes.
will.
Yeah.
All right. We love you guys.
Love you
We
guys.
will
See you
next
next time.
Bye.
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 Bye. But